I'm here with Marlene Blessing, editor-in-chief of Beadwork magazine, and we're talking a lot about wonderful metal projects today, and you brought along one that's very special.
Well, I love this project because it mixes metals. And the Inspiration Project, which Danielle Fox originally designed, it's in her book Simply Modern Jewelry, is a mix of gold,
very cool,
copper, silver, and something called shibuichi. There's some pieces in here that have sterling and then a little gold overlay on them, and then some patina. Really pretty, rich, yeah, layers.
But what's great about what you do is that you are really good at interpreting something that you see and making it your own. Or reinterpreting, I should say.
It's a little bit like what my mother used to do when she cooked. You know, you go to the cupboard, you see what you have, you figure out what you can make that's like it.
And what's great is that you brought some examples of the different types of materials that you use in this piece.
I brought some brass that's been coated with silver. So looks like silver. And I also brought the little fine copper chain that we use in the project. And then I used some stones in this project. I used some labradorite and some quartz that's been dyed blue. That's a really pretty blue. Yeah.
So it's a nice option.
It really is. It really is.
So how do we get started with this?
Well, one of the things I needed to do right away was to come up with some way of finding twigs, like
which
in
is
the
in
original
the original project.
Yeah, it's in the focal piece, and you can see a finished focal piece here that's got this twig. And the way I did this was I found a little brass twig that had some real character to it, and then I wrapped it with a sterling silver wire. The wire has a little wrapped loop at the top so that it can be attached with a jump ring. Then I'll put my glasses on here. I just took the wire, you know, held it kind of firmly. Oops. I started behind the piece.
Okay.
And then I just began wrapping in a random, wonky, by hand kind of way. And you go,
which adds so much even to the look of the piece.
It does. It makes it textural.
More organic.
It's fun. It's a little sassy that way. And there you can see. It's done. It's ready to be attached like a charm.
Wow.
And we're going to take this newly created dangle that we made this branch out of and attach it with a jump ring.
Okay.
Really easy.
To the toggle.
To the toggle.
Okay.
Which is the circle part of the toggle.
Okay.
And we're going to attach it like this, and we're going to close it up, twist it back, and
so the clasp is going to be in the front.
The clasp hangs in the front.
Yeah, like part of the charm.
And we're just getting started. You know, at this point, you can then search your collection, see what other things you have, just like we've done here. We have these 3 pieces. You could put 4 pieces on there, whatever you want.
Okay.
Now, on the other side of the necklace, we're going to have chain attached here, and then over here, we've got the other half of the toggle clasp.
Okay.
The bar. So we're going to be attaching some things to that.
Okay.
But first, let's make a component that attaches to the other side before we go to the bar. And I'll show you, this is just so easy because all these things are repetitions and they're in parts. And over here what we have is a piece that I pulled out of my stash. I had 3 of these.
I love it.
They're my leaves. And they have convenient little holes down here so that you can attach to the chain with a nice little jump ring. I've got a jump ring down here for the end of the chain. And we're going to take that and slip that into the jump ring and slip this into the little loop that's on the round piece of the toggle.
Okay.
And then we're going to do what we do with jump rings, which is twist it closed. And
so it's almost like a little dangling charm portion to it.
It is. It is. Everything in this is just kind of charmy.
Because it's going to clasp in the center, and then that's going to be extending down. Oh, that's pretty.
Exactly.
All right. What do we do next? The other side.
we've got some goodies to attach to the bar, and I'll show you this in a minute. But first, I wanted to just say, you know, I wanted to make this little ingredient that's wire wrapped on both ends, and I did it with a piece of labradorite, one of the rondelles that's faceted in this little quartz. And to do it, I'm just going to show how we do that wire wrap. And first we need our flat nose pliers.
Okay.
And we make a 40-degree bend, right about here, about midpoint. And turn that wire to yourself. Leave a little space here so there's room to wrap. Then take round nose pliers, grasp it, pick the size of the loop you want. I'd say about there. Then the rest of it is hand wrapped, and there's a little space here, so you can connect this.
Right.
You can see it
Comes
got
out like
connected.
that piece that you have right
Exactly. And once it's connected, we'll just play. Just imagine. You hold it like this, and you finish
wrap
the
it on.
wrapping with your hand. We're using 24 gauge wire, so it's very flexible.
Yeah, so that's terrific. So what I want to show right here is this is the finished piece there,
That's
and then
what it
you
looks
just
like.
attach that onto this piece, and then with the chain onto the bar.
Exactly.
And that's perfect. Let's take a look at the finished project right here, and you see all of that beauty is right in the front of the necklace, and just add sections on and be creative. That's the fun thing about it.
It
Work
really
with different
is.
types of metal.
It's all about
That's
front
perfect.
and center.
I love it. Thanks, Marlene.
Thank you.
Next up, we're on location.